Hey everybody, it's Ruben Lowing here in Cypress, Texas. All right, so today I'm going to talk about habits, how to make a habit and break a habit. And it's very interesting because I just got a email notification from Jason Cisneros. Actually, he put out the video of his podcast that he does on that I get audio on X Saturday mornings at 8 o'clock Central Time. So his video of him, everything he said, but you can see him talking. Right? Some people are visual. Like 70% of the population are visual communicators, and if you're not showing them something, you're not going to reach them, right? I don't know how effective it is showing yourself talking, but hey, that's what I'm doing right now, right? And because only like 7% of the population is auditory. I'm one of those fools, right? I can lean a lot from listening. I'm picking up on words you're saying. I'm listening for you to say, I see what you're saying, or that looked good to me. Tells me you're visual, right? Like that, right away, right? If that sounds good to me, you're auditory. I feel you. That's you're kinesthetic, right? You're weigh all your senses and equally, and put them together and internally, and that determines how you feel about it. It determines how you make your decisions. So these habits, like today, I run Monday through Friday, like 3 miles. I did 4 miles yesterday, and I'm not saying I don't think I ran any decent pace. But today, for some reason, man, I just broke out. Man, I flew. My lungs were feeling the work. My legs were working for me today. How did that happen? Because I've been doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it over the last 2 years. Now I'm back at it. I'm like, maybe I can do a 5K or 10K, right? That's interesting. But it's like all of a sudden today I could do it, right? How you learn things is mostly through repetition, but you can accelerate it in a couple ways. If you have a traumatic experience, okay, that's where PTSD comes from. Okay, those lessons you learn in crisis, you gotta learn one time. Man, it's so bad you don't ever want to experience that again. Right? So you do everything you can to keep yourself from having to go through that again. All right, now. Roy Jones Sr., my boxing coach, say, hey, when you learn, you learn things the hard way, those lessons stay with you the rest of your life. You never forget them. But the problem with that is, it's the hard way. You're not going to benefit from that experience other than to be able to teach it to somebody else. So I got lots of experience. Jason Cisneros has tons of experience. What do you say? Bankrupt 4 times, right? He's learned his lessons. Okay, so it's better to listen to him and take his advice than try to figure it out for yourself. Okay, same thing. I can say the same thing, all right, without my business experience, right? And my biggest challenge is I think I can do anything, and I try to do it all myself, and that's where the weak link is. Right? It's better to have, it's better, having that passive income to coming in. Okay, so you got to have a business that makes money whether you show up for work or not, right? So you have to set things up. You have to have a system to make that happen, right? That's what Jason Cisneros teaches. All right. When it comes to saving money, okay, man, you gotta take it one bite at a time, like eating an elephant, right? But boy, when that elephant gets big, it's good. All right. You got to just a little bit at a time. You start creating that habit. And this is what happens. When you start seeing your accounts grow, all right, all of a sudden, now they have value literally, okay? But it gives you that pride. People are like, oh no, pride's a bad thing. Hey, when you have done something like that, and that does 2 things. It gives you the pride and the security. You got something to fall back on. That's what your emergency fund's about, right? Then, okay, so that's, where that's at, right? It's creating that mindset, right, of saving your money, right? When you have enough baseline income coming in that to sustain yourself, and then more than that, you can start saving. And then when you get to the point where you've got enough saved, where you know, and you got that flow going, that enough money's getting saved, right, that you're going to be able to sustain yourself when you decide you don't want to start working anything greater than that. Then you can just do something. Let's benefit the world with it. Okay, so that's what that's about. Okay, and then the other thing is the so you got habits, or you got repetition, right, and then you got the post-traumatic stress, right? Bad things happen, so you don't ever forget it. And then the third thing is Psych K. All right, now that's when you start. Let's say I'm going to do something 21 days in a row. I'm going to keep doing this habit, but the third time you do it, all of a sudden something great happens. You get a big deal. You made a bunch of money, right? All of a sudden, wham! What you did, that process that you did to make that happen, all right, stays with you, just like the negative situation happened. But this way, you get a benefit. You benefited from making it happen the right way, all right? So that's called Psych K, right? And it happens just as fast as the negative, but it's a better feeling, all right? So hope this helps. You go to my website, mybusinessyyourbusiness.info. There's some resources there to help you. You can connect with me. We can get a consultation and see how we can apply these things and get you started, all right? Get a budget, figure out, how to stop the bleeding financially, right? And get you started with some savings and get that habit going. Hope this helps. If it does, go ahead and share. All right, have a great Tuesday.